Dr. Ndlovu, sawubona. My name is Phesihle Kuzwayo. Ngenza ama-practical lapha eMahlobo Secondary School. So this video serves as a reflection of the lesson that we did with my learners grade 11 on physical sciences, electromagnetism. Electromagnetism is one of the fascinating topic, one of the topics that I like to teach. So it is fun. So because it's like magic, you are turning magnet to produce or to induce EMF or voltage. So this topic, to summarize it, it talks about the electricity and magnet. As you can hear from the word electromagnetism, we're talking about electricity and magnetism. We are turning magnet to produce EMF on the coil or the wire or the conductor that is near that turning magnet or moving magnet. So I would start by listing the objectives that learners had to acquire before that they will acquire during the lesson. So I'll just list them now, and then I will delve on how I planned the lesson, trying to satisfy those objectives, and then I will talk about the procedure and how the class went, and then I'll just reflect and on the activities that I gave the learners. As I have said, we are focusing on electromagnetism, grade 11, physical sciences. We will be dealing with the right-hand rule to determine and draw magnetic field associated with the straight current carrying wire and a current carrying loop or a single loop. So the specific aims were clear because we know that specific aims of the science is knowledge and skills in scientific inquiry and solving and problem solving. So I was trying to satisfy these specific aims. The lesson objectives were clear. For the knowledge, learners were required to define electric current, define magnetic field, and explain right and rule. By the end of this lesson, learners had to define electric current, magnetic field, and explain right hand rule. By the end of the lesson, learners learned to draw the magnetic field pattern due to the current flowing through a conductor. They were able to determine the direction of the magnetic field, and they were able to determine the polarity of the magnet and that of the solenoid, which is North Pole and South Pole. So the values should appreciate the use of electromagnetism. Or that is a mistake because I used the electromagnetic induction, but it is the same thing because the current is being induced or the voltage is being induced. So it's electromagnetic induction to convert mechanical energy to electrical energy and electrical energy to mechanical energy. Another value that I did not list, which is a common value or attitude. Learners learned how to collaborate with others, so they learned social skills, communicating skills as they were actively involved in the activities during the lesson. I want to list some of difficulties that I had in planning this lesson plan. So because this is a school from rural areas, it was kind of hard to teach or to use the methods of teaching, because if you are using inquiry-based, if you are using 5Es, you have to have resource-based teaching and learning. You have to have resources, a variety of resources, but this is the school from rural areas. We don't have a lab, first of all. Secondly, learners cannot buy resources for themselves because they are from different backgrounds. This is one of the demonstration that I was going to do in the class. I was going to turn to use this motor, because motor is like it has a magnet and the coils inside. I was gonna use the motor and then turn it around, show the learners that the current is induced or the voltage is induced by lighting this bulb using the mechanical energy that I put the motor, and then it will create the current and then the light will light up. But because I had no more resources, maybe gears that will increase the speed of the mechanical energy of the motor, I did not do that experiment. So I ended up making it reverse and then introduce the current, which has a electrical potential energy, and then I showed them that if you connect it, the motor will turn around. So those were the issues. it was resources and then the network. So I had no access into a simulation, but I had hope that it will get better. But during the lesson, you will see that in the reflection that I did not use the simulation at the end of the day. I used these approaches. I use inquiry-based, resource-based, 5 E's learning model, group work, and class discussion. The resources were first simulation, bar magnet, ion filings, and A4 paper, blackboard chalk, shoelaces from the learners. I asked the learners to volunteer to take out their shoelaces so that I can demonstrate the coal that is around the solenoid. In the introduction, I used the engaged stage in 5E's. So the teacher activity was to ask learners to give a quick summary of electrostatic force and electric fields, which was done in grade 10 and in grade 11, term 1. Electric field, they must define it as a region of space at which a charge experiences an electrostatic force. Teacher had to tell the learners the topic of the lesson. I told them the topic, which was electromagnetism, and then I asked the learners if they had prior knowledge with this topic. Learners responded in the question, which was give a quick summary of electrostatic force and electric field. They reminded me that charges that are same, they repel each other, and charges that are unlike, they attract each other. Then learners shared their understanding of the topic by referring to the wording or electric current. And then magnetism means magnetic materials, which can be iron, which can be nickel, and so forth. To the development stage, I started with explore. Now I'm trying to give learners an idea of what we are talking about. I'm trying to demonstrate it now. I'm trying to capture their curiosity. I demonstrated the pattern of the magnetic field around the magnet. I asked the two learners to do the demonstration in the front, so they had to volunteer. The teacher provided the learners with instructions to do the demonstration. I guided the learners, I facilitated their learning, and asked the follow-up questions about the demonstration. The rest of the learners had to observe the demonstration as it unfolds. They had to ask questions from the teacher. They had to discuss their observation with their peers and then draw now using magnetic field lines. They had to draw the magnetic field using magnetic field lines. This is the diagram that was expected from the learners. It was fascinating to see their drawings. Then we discussed the polarity of the magnets and the direction of the magnetic field. I introduced this abbreviation, which is NOSI. 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 N means for north and O means out. South and then in. That means the magnetic fields come from the north and goes to south pole. So in the explanation stage, I cleared the misconceptions. Some learners thought that the magnets were just repelling each other because they don't like each other. They did not know the scientific explanation of why North Pole repel North Pole. I had to explain that it is because North Pole has the magnetic field that are going out, and then the other North Pole has the same magnetic fields that are going out. So they will repel because they want to get out of the North Pole. So that results in the repulsion of like poles. I defined the magnetic field as a regional space at which magnetic materials or ferromagnetic materials experiences a force. I explained it to them that magnetic force is a non-contact force because they don't need to touch the magnet in order for them to repel or to attract each other. And then learners identify two poles on their drawing that was in the exploration stage, and then draw the direction of the magnetic field lines using abbreviation NOSI that I in the exploration phase. They tried to familiarize themselves with the definition of electric field, which is regional space at which magnetic materials experiences a force, and then they asked a question from me and then I answered to them. This stage elaboration was a tricky part because I tried to show them this is the PET simulation that I was going to demonstrate to them. If you move one of the components between a coal and a magnet, there's going to be an induced current or induced EMF. As you can see, if I move the magnet, the bulb lights up, and then if I move the coal, the same effect. There must be a motion relative to each other. I had to explain now using the drawings. I used the drawings in the stage. So it was very difficult to use their imagination, but I used it, and then I used the shoelace to demonstrate how the wire coal in the solenoid. In the evaluation stage, I gave a summary of a whole lesson. I had to summarize that magnet has North Pole and South Pole. South Pole, the magnetic field in. North Pole, magnetic field out. What are the magnetic field? Magnetic field is a region of space at which magnetic materials experiences magnetic force. What is magnetic field lines? Magnetic field lines are the imaginary lines that represent a magnetic field. Yeah, and then I gave them the activity, and then the activity was just a worksheet that I gave them, and then I observed learners as they were engaging with the class activity. So, the learners, they did the class activity, and then they presented their class activity in front of the class. These were the photos. As much as this is not visual, this is a solenoid that was drawn by the learners. This is the wire, the one with the dot in the center. It shows that the current moves out of the page, and then across, the current moves into the page, and then they had to determine the direction of the magnetic field and around those wires using right hand rule. And then this is a current carrying single loop. It had a battery, and then this is a wire. It had a current that was going upward, and then learners had to give me the direction of what of a magnetic field, and they had to explain what is current. They explained the current as the rate of flow of charges, because we're dealing with the current, we're dealing with that with magnetic field. So yeah, that's it. Thank you.